Hi everybody, I'm Julia, one of the reference librarians at McAllen Public Library. Today I'm going to show everyone how to adjust the security and privacy settings on your Facebook app and make sure your Facebook account is secure. So to get to your Facebook settings, you go to the Facebook menu, which is the three little lines in the bottom right corner, and then you scroll down to where it says Settings and Privacy, and then you go to Settings. And now these are all of your Facebook settings here. The most important ones are here under the security and the privacy boxes. So we'll go to security first, security and login. Two-factor authentication, this is an important one. This is one that I would recommend turning on. Once you turn it on, every time you log into Facebook on a new computer or a new device, you'll have to authorize it on your phone. On the app on your phone, you'll tell it, yes, that's me. Yes, I do want to log into that other computer. So that's a very important one for your account security. If you need to change your password, you can do that here. And right here, get alerts about unrecognized logins. That means every time you log into a new computer or a new device, it'll send an alert to the app, just letting you know that you're signed into a new place. And if it's not you, then you can tell it, no, that's not me. So now we'll go back to the menu. Now the next section that we'll look at here is apps and websites. The important one here is up at the top, logged in with Facebook. This means other sites, it's usually like sites for online shopping that you've allowed to use your Facebook account to log in instead of having to have a whole separate password for that other page. So if you go there, it'll show you all of the other sites that you have given permission to use your Facebook account to log in. If you want to remove any of them, like let's say I want to remove Chick-fil-A, you go to Edit, and then down at the bottom you do Remove if you want to remove it. So now we are back on the main menu, and we're going to go down to Privacy and Privacy Settings. Now this part right here is very important. Who can see your future posts? That's going to set, well, who can see all of your future posts. If you want your account to be, to be private, only your friends see your posts, you choose friends. The other options that it's going to offer you are public, which means anyone at all, anyone on Facebook can see what you post. If you're very careful about your privacy, you don't want to do public, you want to do friends. And it'll also let you do customized viewers, like you make lists of certain people who can see it. So that's an important one. Now another important one is right here. Who can see the people, pages, and lists you follow? If you have everything else set for friends only, you'll probably want to have that set for friends also. That means that only your friends will be able to see the pages you follow. Like if you follow different news sites, different community organizations, different entertainment pages, only your friends will be able to see that you follow those pages. And a little bit further down, the next one, who can send you friend requests? Friends of friends, well, that means what it sounds like. Only people who you have a mutual friend with can even see the option to send you a friend request. You can also have it set to everyone, and that means anyone on or off of Facebook can send you a friend request. If you want to be sure that new people who you might meet can find you and add you as a friend, then you should do everyone. But the trouble with that is that you will also get some spam friend requests from, well, not from real people, from bots or spammers, scammers, and those you want to always say no to. So if you put it on everybody, you just have to be careful about that. Who can see your friends list? That's another important one. That means that only people who you are already friends with can see who your other friends are. If you put it on everyone, that means that everyone on Facebook can see all of your friends. So that's probably not something that you want to do. You should probably leave that one on friends. Who can look you up using the email address you provided. That gives you the same options. You can do either friends or friends of friends or everyone. I have that on everyone so that if there are people who I know, through the outside work or whatever, and they have my email address, they can find me that way. So that one, it might be okay to leave on everyone. Who can look you up using the phone number you provided. Same thing if there's someone who you meet and, out in the real world, work or whatever, and they have your phone number, they can look you up that way. Do you want to search engines outside of Facebook to link to your profile? That one you should put on no. If you put yes for that one, that means that anytime someone Googles your name, they're going to be able to see your Facebook profile. And even if you have all of your posts set to friends only, your profile will still come up if people Google your name. So that's for if you're very careful about your privacy settings, that's one that you should keep on no. So now we are back here on the main menu. The next one is face recognition. That's where you tell Facebook whether or not you're going to allow it to recognize when you're in a photo or a video. Facebook has facial recognition software, and it works pretty well. This is just, you're giving it permission, yes or no, to use that facial recognition software. Now, the timeline and tagging section is also important. That's where you will control who can interact with your posts, like who can comment on your posts, who can tag you in other things, who can post things on your wall. So this part is important also. In general, you should probably have all of these on friends. That means only friends can post on your timeline, only friends can tag you in photos, things like that. So this is another important section. So now back here on the main menu, the next important one is public posts. That's going to control how people can interact with things on your profile that are public. Who can follow me? You can give people the option to follow your posts, follow your public posts, even if they're not actually your friends. Public post comments, that means that if you comment on a post that is public, like let's say you comment on something that's a news post, if you don't want everyone in the world to be able to comment after your comment, like let's say you don't want to start a whole long chain argument on something, you can turn it to friends so that only people who are your friends will be able to comment on your comment even though it's on a public post. And public profile info, there's some things on your profile that are always public, like your profile picture is always public. But if you put that one to friends, only friends will be able to comment on it. Now, the next important setting here is location. And location is just what it sounds like. It's allowing Facebook to keep track of constantly where you are while the app is running. If you're very careful about your privacy, you probably don't want to allow this. I went ahead and allowed it on mine because everything else already knows where I am. Google and the iPhone and all that, they already know where I am. So, what's the harm with letting Facebook know where I am also? The next section here, active status. This is a new one that I haven't really looked at before, but it'll show like when you're online or when you've recently been online on Facebook, and so your friends would be able to see that. So the last very important section here is account ownership and control. And there are a few important things here like memorialization settings. If you pass away, this is where you would designate certain people, trusted family members, someone to kind of control your account. Deactivation and deletion. This is where you go to either temporarily deactivate your profile, your account, like let's say you're going on vacation or you're studying for an important exam or something like that and you don't want to be distracted with Facebook, you can temporarily deactivate it or you can permanently delete it. So that is it for Facebook security and privacy settings. Once you've reviewed all of that, gone over all of that, adjusted it how you're comfortable with, you should have a secure account. Thank you everybody for watching, and please follow MPL Adults on Facebook and McAllen Public Library on YouTube, and don't miss any of our virtual programs.